Hi guys, if you're interested of learning sexual education, this is for you. Here, as you can see, we're gonna see the male reproductive system. The male reproductive system is composed by many organs which have a function. These are some. We start with the testes that are these ones. Yeah, these ones are these two small organs located inside the scrotum. They produce sperm and testosterone. Then the epididymis is a long coil tube attached to the back of each testis. Yeah, that stores sperm while they mate. Then, as you can see here, the ductus deferens or pars deferens is a muscular tube that carries sperm from epididymis to the ejaculatory ducts. Here are the ejaculatory ducts. There are short tubes that passes through the prostate gland and empty into the urethra that is right here. The urethra is a tube that carries the urine and semen out of the body. The penis and the scrotum, that are right here, are part of the external genitalia of the male reproductive system. The penis is composed of three cylindrical chambers of spongy tissue that become injured with blood during sexual arousal, leading to the famous erection. The scrotum, that is this bag right here, is a sack of skin that contains the testes and helps to regulate their temperature for optimal sperm production. The prostate gland, the bulbourethral gland, and seminal vesicles are among the organs that help produce seminal fluid. The seminal vesicles secrete that are these ones secrete a fluid that is high in fructose and other nutrients and gives sperm energy. The prostate gland secretes a milky fluid that helps to balance the acidic vaginal fluids and improve sperm motility. And the bulbourethral glands that are these ones, this dot, secrete a transparent liquid that lubricates the urethra and aids in sperm protection as it leaves the body after ejaculation. These liquids combine to form sperm, the fluid produced during sex.
The hypothalamus and pituitary gland are two important parts of the brain that work together to regulate many of the body functions. The hypothalamus acts like a control center, constantly monitoring things, and when it detects that something needs to be adjusted, it sends signals to the pituitary gland. The pituitary gland it's like a master gland that controls the release of hormones through the body. When it receives signals from the hypothalamus, it releases hormones that travel through the bloodstream and affect other glands and organs. Together, the hypothalamus and pituitary gland help regulate things like growth and development. But the male reproductive system is regulated by hormones, which are chemicals produced by different parts of the body. The main hormones involved are testosterone, luteinizing hormone, and the follicle stimulating hormone. Testosterone is made in the testicles and help develop male reproductive organs and characteristics like body hair and a deeper voice. Luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone are made in the brain and they help regulate testosterone production and sperm production in the testicle. The levels of these hormones are controlled by a feedback system where the body adjusts their production based on how much testosterone is already in the body. Other hormones like inhibin and prolactin also play a role in this process. Disruptions in this hormonal regulation can cause problems with the production. Um, The ovaries are two small organs located in the pelvis which produce and release eggs. These eggs are then transported through the fallopian tubes, right here, which are lined with the tiny hair-like structures called cilia that help move the egg toward the uterus. Over here. The fertilization, where a sperm meets and joins with an egg, usually occurs in the fallopian tubes, like right here. The fertilized egg then travels to the uterus, where it implants into the thick lining of the uterus, called the endometrium. If the egg is not fertilized, it will be shed along with the endometrial lining during menstruation. The urinary bladder, it's here. It's an organ that holds urine until it is ready to be expelled from the body. It's like a storage container for urine, which is produced by the kidneys and then passed through the tubes called uterus into the bladder. The cervix, there, right there, is a small, narrow passageway between the uterus and the vagina. It helps keep the fetus inside the uterus during pregnancy and opens during childbirth to allow the baby to pass through. The ovary, there, is an organ that produces eggs and hormones like estrogen and progesterone, which are important for female reproduction and overall health. The fallopian tube is like a tube-like structure that connects the ovary to the uterus. It is where fertilization of the egg by sperm usually occurs, and then fertilized eggs then travel to the uterus for implantation. The vagina is a muscular tube that connects the cervix to the outside of the body. There is there, and it is like a pathway through which menstrual blood and babies are expelled during childbirth, and it is also a site of sexual stimulation and pleasure. The urethra there, is a small tube that carries urine from the bladder out of the body. In males, the urethra also serves as a pathway for semen during ejaculation. And for last, the rectum is the final portion of the large intestine, and it is served as a temporary storage site for feces before they are expelled from the body during a bowel movement.
The female reproductive system is a set of organs that work together so that women can have babies. There are hormones that control the whole process. There are three major cycles: the menstrual, the ovarian, and the uterine. The ovarian cycle is when the ovaries produce and release an egg, which is necessary in order to have a baby. When the levels of a hormone called the augmentation hormone rise, they reach a point where another hormone called the luteinizing hormone causes the major egg to leave the ovary. After this, what's left of the egg becomes something called the corpus luteum, which secretes another hormone called progesterone. During the ovarian cycles, stress causing the lining of the uterus to thicken in preparation for a possible pregnancy. After ovulation, progesterone takes over, causing the lining to thicken even more so that potential baby can implant into it. There are several methods of agriculture, such as the one you can see here. The first one, there's the implants. Implants are small flexible rods that are inserted under the skin of the upper arm. They release hormones that prevent pregnancy. These ones are effective up to 3 years. The second one is the IUD. Okay, this one is a small T-shaped device that is inserted into the uterus. It can be hormonal or non-hormonal and can last from 3 to 10 years. Then is the female sterilization, and this one is prone of contraceptions that involves blocking or sealing the fallopian tubes, preventing eggs from reaching the uterus. The other one is the vasectomy. Okay. The vasectomy is a permanent form of contraception for men. It consists of cutting or sealing the pus deferens and preventing sperm from reaching the semen. Then the injectables. Okay, injectables, contraceptives are hormones that are injected into the muscle every 1 to 3 months. LAM. LAM is a natural family planning method that is based on breastfeeding to prevent pregnancy. It is only effective for the first 6 months after delivery. It's if certain criteria are met, including exclusive breastfeeding. The pills. These are taken daily, and there are different types of pills with different hormone levels. They are highly effective when taken correctly. The patch is a small adhesive patch that is applied to the skin once a week for 3 weeks, followed by a patch-free week. It releases hormones that prevent pregnancy. Then there is the vaginal ring. The vaginal ring is a small, flexible ring that is inserted into the vagina for 3 weeks at a time, followed by 1 week without a ring. And then there are the male condoms that are the more classics. Condoms are a powerful method of conception that prevent pregnancy by preventing sperm from entering the uterus. They are usually made of latex. And then there is the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a powerful method of birth control that is inserted into vagina and covers the cervix. The female condoms. Female condoms are very methods of contraception that are inserted into the vagina before intercourse. Family awareness methods. Fertility awareness methods involve tracking a woman's menstrual cycle to determine when she is ovulating and fertile. These methods can be used to prevent or achieve pregnancy. The last ones are spermicides. Spermicides are chemicals used to kill sperm, and they are usually used in combination with other forms of contraception, such as condoms or diaphragms.